What's up, y'all? Today we're talking about how to set up ganks from your jungler or from your support or from anybody in general. We're talking about how we can set it up so that you can create the most successful gank possible. We're going to talk about a couple of fundamentals here. There are 4 main fundamentals when we're trying to set up a gank. We're going to talk about the wave, your positioning, the mental of setting up a gank, and the actual opportunity of going in for the gank. So let's hop right into it. The first thing that we're going to talk about is the wave. Now, when we're talking about setting up a gank for a wave, you want to make your lane opponent step up and to keep them as far away from safety as possible, right? You want them far away from their tower, far away. You want to extend the lane. So that means you want the wave maybe in the middle of the lane or maybe kind of on your side if it's frozen, because if they have to step up, they have to step up to last hit or they have to step up to trade, you guys will be able to flank onto them really, really nicely. Sometimes, especially if you're playing a side lane like top or bottom, if you have a big slow push building up and you're crashing the wave, sometimes you'll be able to dive. So that is another question. If you are slow building a wave, you can think, okay, can we dive with our junglers and with how healthy we are? And if you guys can go for a dive, you can try to coordinate that happening. But if you can't go for a dive safely, then you can't really gank a lane that's pushing up, right? So if the lane's pushing up, in this situation, we would look to move with our jungler a little bit more, right? So if we're playing mid and our wave is pushing up, we would maybe look to go gank top with them, or maybe we look to invade, or maybe we look to get the objective on the side that they're on, that kind of thing. So if you know that you want to get a gank soon because you think that your opponent is playing super aggressive, first you got to think about the wave. You got to put it in the middle, maybe bring it to your side, something like that. Okay, the second fundamental is the positioning of the gank. So we want the opponent to step up as far as possible and into our jungler as much as possible. So this means that you want to actually stand kind of further back. You want to play a little bit scared, right? You want to say, if you're playing too far up and then you make them scared of you, they're not going to step up that much. They're going to be very conservative. They're only going to step up for a minion. They're going to run straight back. You want to kind of let them dance with you. And you want to get into this dance where you guys are kind of playing with each other. And now once you get into this dance where you guys are kind of dancing back and forth on this range and they're stepping up comfortably, you want to kind of move away from the side your jungler is coming. So as they keep that range between you guys, your laner is going to move into your jungler, right? And as they kind of mirror you, or if they go in on you, if you step up to the side and they jump in on you, then that's the opportunity for your jungler to come in. So either they're going to get pushed into your jungler because they maintain the dance, or they're going to go into you, and that's when the gank happens. So when we're positioning, you don't want to play as aggressively as you possibly can. You want to make them feel safe. You want to make them feel safe. You want them to step up into you. The third fundamental is the mental of setting up a gank. I call this your poker face. You have to have kind of a good poker face. You don't want them to know that you're getting ganked, right? Or that they're getting ganked. So you want to play within what's normal for you. If you do something crazy, like you all of the sudden step way back, further back than you stepped all lane, they're going to think, I'm getting baited. Or if you go too far in, they're going to think, oh, I'm getting all in. I have to run, right? So you definitely want to play within the bounds of normal. You want to play like it's a normal lane phase. And you're just trying to, you're playing within the normality of how you've been playing. You're just going to try to add in the other fundamentals. We do not want them to know that our jungler's there, right? If you do something that's not within the bounds of normal, they get tipped off. They realize, they're going to go put some vision down. They're going to go play safer. So we got to have a good poker face. Okay, the fourth part and the most important fundamental is the opportunity of when the gank actually happens. You have to remember that we are trying to pretend our jungler or our support or whoever's ganking us is not actually there. So when do we get to break that? Well, that's when the gank actually starts. That's when you get to go in. That's when you start the trade. So when can we do that? We want to do it when our laner is stepping up. So sometimes they're stepping up for a minion, or maybe they're stepping up to trade with you. That's when you're going to go in. Ideally, your jungler or the person who's ganking for you, they decide when you get to stop playing normal, right? If your jungler is coming in and they show, then you can show as well, right? If your laner is coming up for a minion and your jungle pings in, then you go in with your gank setup, right? Your jungler or the person who's ganking for you, they dictate when the trade actually begins. The most important thing about the opportunity is 1, you wait for them to step up. Usually it's because of a minion. And 2, you wait for your jungler to show first, or your support or whoever else is ganking for you. So those are the fundamentals of setting up a gank. You got to think about the wave, the positioning, the mental, and the opportunity. This was a quick video on how you can actually make sure your ganks are a lot more successful. The reason I made this video was because a question I got in the academy, somebody was asking, if my jungler is on the top side, where do I stand to set up this gank? Do I want to stand on the side with them and come in with them? Do I want to stand on the opposite side and squish them? How do we want to handle that? And these kind of fundamentals should be able to guide you based on the situation. So I hope this video was valuable. Let me know if you guys have any questions in the comments. Let me know what other kind of videos you guys want to get help with. I appreciate you guys watching this. If you guys made it to the end of the JS video, comment 6 minutes and I will give you a little heart down there in the comments. I appreciate y'all. Have a blessed night. Peace.